Locate the dispensing head, black beer lines, and hose clamps. Slide one end of each beer line onto the stainless steel tubes which protrude out of the bottom of the dispensing head and clamp tight. Remove transit tape with a utility knife around the hole in the top of the unit from both inside and outside of the cabinet. Gently punch out foam with screwdriver and remove. Insert the beer lines through the hole in the countertop. Move head aside and bead silicone around the perimeter of the hole, and then position the head back in place. Fasten using the 4 chrome screws included with the dispensing head. Wipe off excess silicone to complete the seal. Insert foam sheet into tower and trim excess as shown. If installing through countertop, be sure to leave additional foam to keep lines insulated between the cabinet and tower. Install the air scoop kit. Start by removing the upper set of screws located above the fan on the back wall of the cabinet. Assemble components from the kit as follows. Insert black snap bushing into the air scoop mounting bracket. Then insert one end of the air snorkel through the snap bushing. A zip tie can be inserted behind the mounting bracket to keep the tube in place. Insert the end of the snorkel up into the tower and screw air scoop mounting bracket into vacated holes above the fan. If installing a 2-faucet system, a CO2 manifold will need to be installed. Locate the red CO2 lines, CO2 manifold, and a number 10 by 1/2 inch sheet metal screw. Slide one end of each hose onto the barbed fittings on the manifold and clamp. On the left rear side wall of the beer compartment, there is a double row of screws which run vertically. Remove one of the 2 top screws and discard. Insert the sheet metal screw through the manifold and into the hole vacated previously. On a single beer system, locate the red CO2 hose. Slide one end onto the barbed fitting of the regulator assembly and clamp. On systems with 2 or 3 beers, locate the CO2 line that comes off the back side of the manifold assembly. Slide the hose onto the barbed fitting of the regulator assembly and clamp. For detailed information on connecting the regulator to the CO2 cylinder, see page 8. Locate the low-profile keg coupler. Slide one end of the red CO2 lines onto the large barbed fitting of the coupler and clamp. Locate one of the black beer lines and slide onto the smaller barbed fitting of the coupler and clamp. Repeat for additional couplers. On the right rear side wall, there is a double column of screws. Remove the left screw. Locate the safety chain and a number 10 by 1/2 inch sheet metal screw from the parts bag. Insert the screw through the closed end link of the chain and tighten in the vacant screw hole. The chain can now be used to secure the tank with the S-hook, preventing damage to the regulator. CO2 tanks are shipped empty and must be filled prior to use. Turn the adjusting screw on the regulator counterclockwise 1 turn. Make sure that the valve at the bottom of the regulator where the red hose is connected is in the off position as shown. Open the tank valve. Watching the secondary pressure gauge, turn the regulator adjusting screw clockwise until the pressure is at 15 psig or required rack off pressure. Adjustments can later be made based on flow rates. Important: all pressure adjustments must be made when the shutoff valve is in the off position. Locate the beer faucet and install onto the dispensing head shanks. Tighten with supplied spanner wrench. Install black handle onto faucet. Before tapping, make sure the beer faucet is closed. To tap a keg, insert the coupler into the fitting on top of the barrel. Turn the coupler clockwise until it stops, about 1/8 of a turn. Then push down on the top of the coupler and again turn clockwise until it stops. Your barrel is now open. Open the CO2 valve on the regulator as well as the valve on the manifold if used. Using soap and water solution, check all CO2 connections for leaks indicated by bubbles. Tighten as needed.